What's up, Dylan? How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Um, I guess just to start, since since you coach like kind of had you put some arc on your shot, you're 8 for 12 from
Mhm.
three. Is it that simple?
Uh, sort of, man. I've just been putting arc on it. Coach just told me just if I have just a little bit of air, just to, you know, just let it fly. Don't care about the result, and I've just been letting it fly, trying to in my mind consciously thinking like, hey, make sure you're putting arc on this, and it's been going in.
I mean, is like what has these last few games done for your confidence? Just making some shots.
Yeah, I mean, it's always nice when you see the ball go in the hoop. It's kind of you kind of just get going and stop thinking a little bit. And I think that was, big for me, just to just stop thinking out there and just start playing. So I mean it helps. It helps, but at the same time, I'm trying to work on, if my shot isn't falling, making sure that I'm still going in all those other areas.
Were you were you shoot like was this how you were shooting last year with the arc or no?
Um, I don't know. I mean, this is I will say this is like the first time like anybody's like really overemphasized arc with me. I mean, I've never worked with the shot doctor himself, and now I work with the shot doctor every day. So it hasn't always been arc. I mean, a lot of it, I guess, my dad's always told me arc and like my base. Like, sometimes my feet get too close together and stuff like that. But this is the first time anybody's really overemphasized arc with me.
Is
Dylan,
that is that
when
a
you
thing?
say
Is he called the shot? Is Rick called the shot
yeah,
doctor?
I mean, he's the shot doctor to me. He's the shot doctor to me.
Um, Dylan, after the Kentucky game, we talked with Zuby, and he was like, if we want to have a successful Big East season, everybody has to, look in the mirror and kind of see what's important to them and how they could help the team. I mean, since that game, you guys have won two games, and the second half against Georgetown was really impressive. Was that a thing? Was there like a team meeting where, Zuby kind of said that to everybody, where everybody has to look in the mirror and see what direction you guys want this season to go?
Yeah, I mean, Zuby's our leader. He's been just kind of vocal on us, wanting to be better. And he's always talking in huddles in the locker room and all the time. And we just kind of follow his lead, and he's been really vocal uh in, you know, in that self-reflection, and he wants us to be better and we want to be better. And he just makes sure that each and every day we're taking those steps to get better and better.
Dylan, the one of the things that's sort of unusual about this St. John's team is if you look at the assists per minute, the top four guys in the rotation are all guys who play on the front line. Mitchell and Zuby and Hopkins and even Prey. Uh, how weird is it that like I mean is that a thing that like works for you guys? Is that a little unusual to have so much distribution come from the guys on the interior?
Uh, I mean, it is, I guess, if you look at it first glance, but I mean, we got some ballers down there. So if you think about it like that, I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense. But and that's also something coach is emphasizing, throw the ball into them and go find an open area and they'll find you, and that's kind of what we did a little bit in the Georgetown game, and guys were just getting wide open shots. So throwing the ball into Zuby and let the double go get him and then go find an open area for an open shot. And I feel like, we're starting to we want to do that a little bit more since those guys can pass, and that just makes life easier on everybody.
How new is that concept that you guys are doing that, throwing the ball in and letting them double and find an open area?
I mean, what was your question? Like what?
Like how new like that seems like a new philosophy.
Yeah, I mean, coach has been wanting us to do that for a while. I think we're fighting with him a little bit. We haven't been the best at throwing the ball inside to those guys, but I think the more and more we do it, and the more, we get open shots, we're like, oh, okay, I'm okay with doing that. And some of us are foreign to playing with really good big men. I've never had a Zuby Ejiofor who just is that absolute animal on the block who can also pass and do everything on a basketball court.
So it's not a normal like it's you've been playing basketball for a long time. It's unusual to have a scenario where your bigs are the best distributors.
Yeah, yeah.
So is that the reason is the fact that that's so unusual the reason maybe the that the team was sort of slow to adopt it?
Um, no, I mean, I honestly couldn't tell you the reason. I just know we weren't throwing the ball in there enough. And we probably still aren't. We probably need to do it even more. So,
What's it like to play with a guy like Zuby, who is, seems to have so many valuable qualities in his game?
I mean, it's awesome. I mean, it makes everybody else's life a lot easier. I, you know, One of us get blown by, he's in there to be able to alter it and clean it up. He's able to rebound everything. He can score in the low block. He can shoot. He can pass. He's a big body. He sets great screens. I mean, can't really ask for much more. I haven't been able to throw him a lob just yet, but we'll get there at some point.
Dylan, it felt like you guys did that a little earlier in the year when, some of your better offensive games, Iowa State, Baylor, and then, the until really Georgetown, the offense had kind of struggled. And then we saw more of that um against Georgetown where it's like you were getting open shots. Is part of that just now that you're in league play, like teams really, you're not facing the athleticism and length that you were facing, whether, in like a Kentucky, where now you're in league play and these teams really can't handle your front court. I mean, is that part of it too? Is that you guys now that you're in league play, you're going to have mismatches inside?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I feel like if we would have thrown the ball in and just fed Zuby and our big men against anybody, anybody we've played, I think we're all confident in living with whatever that outcome may be. I just feel like in the past we haven't, and also we haven't, passed it to him. Coach has been big on, when we do pass it in, getting in the open areas. So that's something that he emphasizes every single day.
You guys are now shooting over 36 from three, and last year's team that was the big issues. They couldn't make shots. Um, do you feel like where you guys are now and where you're trending is more what this team is in terms of being able to make 3-point shots?
I think so. I think so. We hope so.
Can you tell yet? I mean, you've only played a couple of Big East Conference games. Can you tell if there's a difference between playing against a Big East team versus playing against, a Big 12 or an SEC team?
Uh, I mean, honestly, no. I mean, I feel like uh I, I I mean some of the SEC teams are Kentucky was really big. I think that was one thing that stood out was Kentucky was pretty, that their lineup was huge. Um but other than that, I just felt like, all these teams, they're big. They all I honestly can't tell not too much.
Okay. Dylan, after the Kentucky game, Coach Pitino was, I guess, pretty critical and as honest as he's been kind of about how the point guard situation for your team was unfolding. And, since then, you and Ian have played much better against Harvard and Georgetown. Did you guys hear those comments and read those comments and kind of use that as, motivation to play better or to kind of turn your individual play around?
Uh, no. I would say we don't try to look into that, but we obviously did need to play better, and that was something that, nobody needed to tell us. We already knew. So, just trying to get better every day.
Um, Dylan, how are you? How are you feeling?
Pretty good. Excited for this game tomorrow.
I heard you had the flu a little bit.
Yeah, the flu ain't no joke. So
Were you okay the other day? Were you a little under the weather still?
I mean, I've still been a little bit, but way better than over Christmas break. Christmas break, I was down pretty bad.
Do you think that it lingered into the last game?
A little like for me,
Yeah.
I think it's more so like I had missed a couple practices, so just trying to get back in shape a little bit. It was almost like an extended Christmas break for me.
How out of shape can you get by not practicing for 4 days, 5 days?
Oh, extremely. I mean, at the pace we play and stuff like that, if you take a couple days off, I mean, it's tough to get back. I think even for some of us who had the Christmas break and was feeling fine and everything like that, even if you're working out and stuff like that during Christmas break, I mean, the pace we play at in practice and how intense we go in practice, if it's tough to take days off with the way we practice.
Dylan, um, after the last game had said, he has really hammered home that you guys haven't got the ball to Zuby enough, and that clearly seemed to change against Georgetown. Um, how much of a focus has that been in recent weeks that we have this one of the best forwards in the country and he's just not getting the ball enough?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a big emphasis the past couple weeks, just getting Zuby the ball. I think mainly just because of his playmaking abilities. Obviously, everybody knows the talent that Zuby is, especially when he has the ball in his hands, on that post. But we have a lot of shooters on this team, and if they want to get some shots up, Zuby's a great way to get that for them. Just his playmaking abilities. Obviously, when he gets the ball, the whole defense will just collapse, and all eyes will be on him. So if they don't help, then Zuby can go score. If they do, Zuby is really good at being able to kick the ball out and get some of the shooters some open shots. So it's been a big emphasis. Last game, I felt like we did it pretty well, and obviously you see the game that Zuby had, but also I mean he had 5, 6 assists, and we shot the ball one of the best we have this season.
Did you know, you've obviously played with and against some really good players. Is he unique? Does he remind you of anyone you've either played with or against?
That I've played with, no.
Or against?
Um, against. Against is tough too. I think my freshman year played against Drew Timmy, and I wouldn't even say just like their skill sets are completely different, but I think when he has the ball, how everybody's kind of watching and
Right.
everybody's trying to figure out what to do. That was kind of like how it was when I played against Drew Timmy. I mean, when he got the ball to post, you kind of even lose your man just to try to do whatever you can and just try to help whoever's guarding him. So I would say in that sense, but as far as skill set, I personally haven't seen a big guy that can move the way he can and that, could really is super athletic, crashes the board. I haven't seen yet.
Do you think do you think that the way that you guys played against Georgetown, that sort of start from the inside and work out, the reliance on Zuby and guys getting open on the perimeter, is that the team that you guys should be?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, Zuby's a all league player, one of the best players in the country. So I think it should be emphasized getting him the ball and then kind of going from there. And Zuby will make the right play. And I mean, all of us have confidence in each other. But I think feeding Zuby the ball to start off a little bit or whatever we see him down there posting up, I think it's a great offense to play at certain times for us just because the way he's able to pass and get things started for us as well. So it's definitely been emphasized the past couple weeks.
Were you
Dylan, why
guys
do you think it was Dylan, why do you think it was why do you think it's taken so long, or why do you think it was hard for that to happen? You know?
I'm not sure. I think it was mainly just trying to feel like everybody's trying to get involved in certain ways to help the team win. Obviously, we have a lot of guys that are very talented offensively, so everybody just trying to figure out different ways that they could help the team win, and just trying to figure out different offenses we can play.
Dylan, you guys have this unique, I guess, concept in your offense where, I mean, the big men like you and Bryce and Zuby are the team's best playmakers, at least from a statistical standpoint. How kind of strange or different or unique is that, you three are kind of sometimes leading your offense in the half court?
I mean, it's definitely different, but I feel like it's definitely an advantage sometimes when, me and Bryce are able to get offensive rebounds and kind of push the offense and push the pace. And it makes it hard for the defense to set up at times when we're just coming down full speed and we're able to, get the offense going and have the guards run the wings or whatever it may be. So I think it's definitely different and it's a little bit harder sometimes for defense to be able to guard. Like I said, getting Zuby the ball makes it hard for defenses to help now when Zuby has the ball in the post because he's able to kick it out to some of the shooters. And if they don't, I mean, it's Zuby one-on-one. I like our chances with that one.
Dylan,
you
did you guys
Dylan,
need the kind of win you had the other night? There were such high expectations, and you obviously could have beat Iowa State, could have beat Alabama, had leads in the second half against Auburn and Kentucky, but like, did you almost need that like game to kind of maybe get your swagger or just confidence back? To show like, hey, we're still a good team, even though we might have lost some games to good teams.
Yeah, I mean, just taking each one of these games one by one, we definitely needed one like that to go in and beat a tough, really skilled Georgetown team on the road. It's hard to win games on the road no matter who you're playing. So Georgetown was a really good team, and we to be able to go in there and kind of come out with a win, a big time win, was something that we definitely need, especially with how long this Big East season can go and trying to defend a championship that they won last year. And trying to just reach that same type of goal this year. It starts with every game, especially winning some of these road games. You got to come away with road games to be able to do that.
when you guys take a look at Providence, what are some of the things that you guys drilled down on stopping?
They play extremely fast. They get the ball out and push the pace. Their guards are elite scorers. But I mean, the main thing is they play extremely fast. They all have the green light to kind of get out and just shoot it. So you can't just think you're back and not have a hand up because they'll come down and kind of shoot the ball immediately if they feel like they have a good shot. So they all have the green light. I think the biggest thing is just making sure we're getting back on defense and getting our defense set.
Are you guys going to be more effective against them if you play more of that sort of half court style out from inside to outside that was effective against Georgetown when you play Providence?
Yeah, I think that is definitely an advantage for us, being able to utilize, going inside to outside because of the threat we have on the inside, and it'll just help out the threat that we have on the outside. But I think the main thing is just getting the ball and playing the way we play, push the pace, look for anything in transition first, and then if it gets slowed down to, kind of emphasize what we want to do. And I think one of the first things, like Coach has been preaching, was getting Zuby the ball in the post first and playing off of that.
Was there anything specific Rick said in the last few weeks when you're at practice and he's saying we're not getting him the ball? Like, is he, he told us that he said he's told you guys Zuby isn't having as good of a year as he had last year, but he's a better player, and we just got to get him the ball. Like, was there anything specific he said like that you think opened eyes for guys?
Yeah, I mean, most of the same things you just said, but I think it was even just being in practice and he'll kind of stop practice in the middle of something and Zuby's posting up and we didn't give him the ball and he'll blow the whistle immediately and be like, why doesn't Zuby have the ball right now? Like, why didn't you give Zuby the ball right there? So I think it was just helping the guys understand, not only just telling us, but helping us understand and see it in practice. And he'll stop practice and be like, right there, you should have gave the ball to Zuby. So I think him constantly doing that, we all started to kind of understand like, okay, when Zuby's sitting there posting, he needs to get the ball when he's calling for the ball.
Dylan, this stretch that started against Georgetown, um, 3 of 4 on the road, 3 games in 7 days. Next week, obviously, it's a pair of quad one games at Butler and Creighton. Just how important is this 10-day stretch for you guys, maybe to not just prove to yourself, but also to people around the country that this team is still really good and this team is still a legitimate threat?
I mean, it's very important for us. Every team in the Big East is a really good team, and it's big for us when it comes March to get some of these wins, especially at Butler, at Creighton. These are road games, and these are hard to get. So coming out there with the right mindset, coming out there trying to going in there to walk away with a win. I mean, it's tough to get road games, especially in this league and in every league I've been in. It's tough to get away games. So going in there and trying to get a win, I mean, it's going to be big for our season.
Is
Guys,
there
got to let them get to practice.
All right.
Thank you for joining us today.
Appreciate y'all.